hip-hop culture, with DJs and painting, graffiti art, are expressed every day within the inner cities of America and the world. You are not viewing hip-hop, you are hip-hop.
Oh, man, it's been a hot minute, has it not? It's been a hot minute, and it really is hot because it's like 90 degrees outside. But it's Texas, so what can I say? Hey, let me get right into it because today's discussion. Let me start with this. Can we talk about the hustle really quick? Can we talk about the hustle? And maybe let me go back. Hold on, let me go back. Because I just knew that when I came back from my rest and relaxation, that I was going to have all this energy, which I do. I have tons of energy, a cajillion ideas. It's a good thing. And so Gwendolyn gets back and gets started on all the projects, only to find out that for some reason, the microphone I have been using for years, okay, 2.5, but whatever, for years, it didn't want to record any sound. So all that hard labor, all that work, nowhere, nothing. We have trashed it all. So I'm feeling kind of funny. That's what we want to talk about, this hustle. All right, now that you got the backstory, let me get to it. This hustle, where everybody is giving us this idea that we should be hustling and grinding every single day. I don't know whose idea that was. Don't know whose idea it is. But there is this ridiculous culture, and I'm gonna pick on the United States because that's what I know. When I look at other places, I don't see them doing this kind of thing. It may be there, I don't know. I don't see it as often, but I don't know. But I've been on this work soapbox for the last couple of weeks. There is a video coming out that I have to re-record about work, and sometimes so many of us, general speaking, we are going and going and going, and life is passing us by. Life is moving on without us. And at what point do you stop and say, okay, what's it all for? Like, what's all of this for? This whole idea of every day I'm hustling, it's like, but for what? Because if the idea is I'm going to work for all of these things and then wait until I'm like 60, 70 something to enjoy those things, and then, God forbid, keel over right after, then what was the point? At what point in the one life you have do you start enjoying your time, the fruits of your labor? At what point do you do that? Now, based on these people who are out here, they want you to grind until there is nothing left. Absolutely nothing left. So I'm not understanding why we're doing that. Like, please help me figure it out. Everywhere there's mugs that say hustle. There's people who are like, I can sleep when I'm dead. Well, yeah. But is that what your whole life is about? Just grinding? Is that it? So we're going to talk about the myth of the hustle and why rest is revolutionary. There we go. Good afternoon. It is Gwendolyn, GR Houston Jack. You are tuning in to a live edition of Girl Listen, because it's Friday and it's 4 o'clock. And we are ready to get into some things. We have a lot coming up in the next couple of weeks. So I'm so excited. I'm sitting still for a little bit. I'm sitting still. So let me give you a couple of things really quick, just in case you didn't know. But we are on Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Indie Soup Media. So you can get your podcast wherever you want to get them, but we're there. And speaking of Indie Soup Media, because it is Friday, it is That G is Fire Fridays, TGIFF. Woo! Now, we're in our encore season right now. Encore season, because I'm working on those things for season 5. And, let me just say this. For all the work I did, now, I didn't do too much, but the daughters, they have this beautiful porch, and there is nothing like morning sun, that golden hour. Oh, so I had to record something, and then to find out one of those recordings, I have to trash. I'm kind of upset. A little bit, not to, but a little upset. Shout out to my mother who is here. Hey, Ma, what's going on? Haven't seen her in a little bit. It's been a hot minute. I've been running and gunning. But shout out to Mother, who is here. We haven't been live in a few weeks, but that's the point of resting, right? I want to get back to that. And before I do that, I am going to enjoy a little something today. This is my last swig of Deception. Now, you guys remember them a few years back. Deception, honey flavored whiskey. Ah, man, I love it. And they are no longer in production. Oops. Gwendolyn played with her lighting, and the camera's like, I don't know who you are and where you are, ma'am. I can't see you. Okay, it'll come back. But they're no longer in production, so I'm kind of upset. I mean, it hurts my heart, but I get it. The alcohol industry is not, well, any industry is not for the faint of heart. But I've got my last little bit. If I can find another bottle trust, I'm going to snatch it up. I'm going to snatch it up, because it's really good. So I'm going to enjoy a little something today, but our topic is about resting. It's about resting because the body needs to rest. It's proven. And more importantly, when we don't take time for ourselves, we miss out on moments like this.
Oh, I like that one.
Did you snap it, or we just...
I did snap.
No, he didn't. Why would you not want to spend time with your kids? Now, for all the talk that people do, they talk about, it's for my family, it's for my family. Yeah, I think it's great, but when do they ever see you? When do they ever truly get a chance to sit down and relax with you? I understand we have to pay some bills and take care of some things. I get that. But you don't have to work every single moment of your life. Like, seriously, there are so many things going on. So we got this quote, almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you. That is true. Now, for us, we get to the halfway mark, July. And Gwendolyn starts feeling it. Mr. Jack is like, I'm feeling it. And so we go visit the grandbabies in Georgia in July. Plus their birthdays kind of work out. So it works out for all of us. But you have to make time for it. You got to realize that rest is not a reward. It's a requirement. Your body will not do what it needs to do if you're not resting. So let me give you some information, because I had to look it up, because I know, and I say that Americans are notorious for working. There was a video recently of a young lady, was it Missouri, South Carolina, North Carolina? But she manages a Burger King, and none of her staff showed up. Not one person showed up. And she worked the entire day and shift, all the shifts, by herself. I'm going to say this. I used to tell my team this. There are no martyrs in retail, and there are no martyrs in the hospitality industry. There are no martyrs. You will give your whole entire life to these people. You will pass out and keel over. And as my mama said, they're going to find somebody to work your shift. And then I ask myself, for what? Why? And check it. If they know, because now they do, that she will show up and work all the shifts by herself, they're going to do it again. Once you tell people how they can exploit you, they will do it again. Just in case you didn't know, right? She's working extra hard for somebody else's business. Now, are they going to give her all the salaries for that day? I doubt it. I doubt it. But ask yourself, for what? At what point do you get to enjoy your life and your kids? At what point? Shout out to Mr. Foster, who is here. Mr. Foster's in the building. He says hello. And yes, it makes no sense. None whatsoever. So let's talk about Americans, because they're good for this. I mean, I say like I'm not American, my bad. I don't follow this trend, so I'm just put it like that. But it says here that 1 in 3 Americans report not getting enough sleep, which can lead to serious health issues like heart disease, diabetes, and impaired cognitive function. Workers who don't get enough sleep are 70% more likely to be involved in an accident. I remember years ago when I was working in New York, actually in White Plains, New York, we did this thing called an overnight to put together gift wrap Wonderland. And it's an overnight thing where we shut down the store, everybody comes in, we're wrapping gifts and stuff, and we transfix the store. It's transformed into a gift wrap Wonderland. The problem is, though, is that we come in late in the day and we leave early in the morning, and sleeping while driving, okay, is just as bad as drinking while driving. It's just as bad. And there was a person who had a minor accident driving back home that morning. It's real. The body needs its rest. It needs its rest. It also says here that people who sleep less than 5 hours a night are 2 to 5 times more likely to develop diabetes. And a global survey found that 68% of people wish they had more rest, and those who feel well rested report twice the well-being compared to those who don't. That is true. I'm all about inner peace and well-being. I'm all about it. As Ron says, I hated those overnights. Ron knows. He hated those overnights. Look, the body does keep score. At some point, you're going to pay the price. You pay the price up front, it's cheaper, or you pay the price after the fact. But then it's going to cost you more. And sometimes it may even cost your life. I hate to say it like that, but it may cost your life. And that's not just like an accident. It's just the health issues that you develop from not taking care of yourself. Think about that. So here is another quote, because I love having really good quotes. Rest is the invisible architecture of creativity. It is. Now, I've had a good week and some change to rest. Gwendolyn came back with all the ideas. And yes, I know it's third person. All the greats do it. Hate it. Okay? But I came up with all these ideas and rejuvenated. This is where you get your ideas. It's when you're resting. That's when they come in. Now, there are studies that have looked at this. There's research about it, that a study from the University of California found that people are 33% more likely to make creative connections after a period of rest or non-focused activity. You don't say. Because you're giving your brain and your body time to dream, get rejuvenated, get reset. It is amazing what comes to mind when you sit still and just dream. Just dream. Just imagine. All the little things are firing, every single one. But if you never give yourself that time, you are running on E. Running on E. And I keep going back to, for what? Creativity. You get your inspiration, your vision, your idea. You get to brainstorm. You're motivated. You get the knowledge, the research, everything. All this is coming from giving you the required time to rest. You gotta rest. At some point. Now, there are people who will work their entire life. In fact, there are people in this world who don't know how to sit down. Right now, that's LeBron James, in my opinion, but whatever. Because I think he's done. No, I'm not saying that thinking. I believe he has done what he needed to do. At this point, he could take a seat, let someone else come in and take charge. That can be said about a lot of people in politics right now, too. You have done what you had to do. Move aside, partner. Move aside. Become a mentor. Help somebody else. Go build some houses. Right? Do that. Know when to sit down and get into your next chapter. Know it. But I think about some of my colleagues when I was working full-time in the office, and they would go on PTO, and they would say, Gwendolyn, you don't work while you're on vacation? I'm sorry, make that make sense. It's called paid time off. I get paid to lounge around and drink Mai Tais. Why am I working? How does that make sense? And it's not even my business. You know, when I leave that office, whatever happens, happens. It's not my business. I did my part. But these people, even now, there are people who will go on vacation and then will take the work with them because they just can't let it go. I'm so concerned what's going to happen if I'm not there. Well, if the good Lord takes you home today, it don't even matter. The world will keep turning without you, just in case you didn't know. What's that saying? One monkey don't stop no show? No, it does not. This world has been turning and turning. Every second, somebody is getting closer to their end, and somebody has met it. And we're still here. And that business, whatever it is still going. There was a story, God bless it, I didn't even think about it until now. There was a young lady recently. I want to say she's like a private chef or something, caterer. She had been working like nothing. I mean, grinding. She had told people she was feeling tired, blah, blah, blah. And so at this one particular, I think, event or something, she had done the work and went to take a nap and didn't wake up. I think she's like 40 years old. Young black lady. Beautiful. Let me tell you, you can have the biggest dreams, and I believe in it. But at some point, you got to sit down to be able to enjoy that dream and keep dreaming the dream. Wasn't there like a college professor or admin, another black lady, who was working crazy hard and same thing, went to sleep, didn't wake up, or had some sort of episode? Like, we are grinding, and for what? Like, I don't get it. Now, here's the deal. Somebody, I don't know exactly who, but somebody told us that in order to get ahead, hard work is how you do it. We work hard, we play hard. Remember that phrase? And they told us that if you work really hard, you can have anything you want. I think I heard it like in elementary school, junior high school, something like that. And they're lies, okay? Those are lies. Yes, you can work hard. And yes, if you want something, you got to work for it. I'm not saying that. But there is a limit. That what you should not subscribe to is something close to being someone's indentured servant, where you have CEOs telling people, if I work late, you work late. I don't have your salary, son. I don't have your salary. And if I'm not salary, that doesn't get bonuses and whatnot, why? If I'm working full-time, part-time, whatever it is, why am I giving you my all? Working 60, 80 something hours for your dream when I could be giving all of that labor to my own dream. Make that make sense. As Ron says here, the rest of the world takes off for 2 months and never looks at work. That's what I'm talking about. The American society. Whew, We don't know anything but free labor and how to exploit people. Because when people decide to take their time, they want to make you feel bad for taking time off. Well, I guess I have to find somebody to work your shift since you're taking PTO. It's PTO! I didn't earn it. I didn't earn this time off. I've earned it. This is my time. And check it. To make it make sense. You have to request that time off. Now, I was a hiring manager, yeah. But when I managed my team, I was like, look, put your time in right now. We can get it out of the way. We can work around your time. I had a gentleman who always went to Disney World in January. And I was like, put your time in, partner, you can go. You want to go home for Thanksgiving? You want to go home for Christmas? Fine. I don't care. Put the time in. We will make it happen. What's not going to happen, though, is that you come to me the day of your birthday. Well, it's my birthday. Can I? No, you knew it was your birthday like I don't know how many years ago. But yes, requesting your time off. And then sometimes, even when you request it, like, well, we really can't do it this week because of so-and-so. Or when they've approved it and somebody else needs the time off. Hey, can you switch your time off because Sally sued me? No, not doing nothing. Sally knew these are the same holidays every year. You know your anniversary, your birthday, your child's birthday, whatever it is. Get it together. If you think you want it, put it in. You can always take it off the calendar, but put it in. That's what I would tell people. Plan for whatever. So here's the deal. How do we get more rest? Because some of us don't know how to sit down. We don't know. Let me say this really quick, and I'm going to come full screen because I need to say this as I'm working on some new things. I understand that this country does believe in exploiting people. Hello, 400 years of slavery. Hello, free labor and whatever. And then after that, still exploiting people. And then even now, as certain states roll back child labor laws, as Missouri, the governor just repealed the voters' decision to have paid sick leave and keep the wage rising to match the consumer price index. Yes. This country knows nothing but exploiting people, and that is by choice. Because you don't have to live that way. They don't have to operate that way. You don't have to live that way. You have choices. You do. It may require some change in your behavior, but you have choices. Those new sneakers that you really don't need, leave them. That handbag you really don't need, leave it. Getting your nails done every Friday. Personally, after COVID, I have not gone back to the nail shop. I have been back twice because my mama had me take her up to the nail shop. And twice, because I was there and had to wait for her, I got my nails done. But Gwendolyn will either go with some clear nail polish or she will do her own. It's very therapeutic. Now, everybody got their something, right? Whatever your something is, if you can afford it, have at it. But trust, you deserve rest. Your body will get it one way or the other. With that, let me go here. Here are some tips. Redefine rest as productive. You know, when people say, oh, you're not doing anything, doing nothing is the action. Doing nothing is an action, okay? Recognize that. Instead of seeing rest as the opposite of work, frame it as a strategic investment in your creativity, clarity, and longevity. Schedule creative recovery blocks in your calendar, just like meetings. Protect them like sacred appointments. Yeah, put it on the calendar. And since we have these fancy phones that can shut down all the alerts, and you have a do not disturb function, turn that sucker on. Use it. I turn mine on. I have a routine. This house starts shutting down. The do not disturb comes on. It does not turn off until 7 o'clock the next day. Now, my mother and other family members If there's an emergency, their call will come through. If you're not on that list, it will not come through. Okay? Don't bother me. Micro rest moments matter. Now, you don't need hours to reset. You can get 5-10 minutes of intentional pause that can restore focus, reduce mental fatigue. If you step outside, close your eyes, breathe deeply, or listen to music between tasks, those mini breaks, they will compound over time. It's the truth. I make sure, because I work inside, that I step outside. For a little vitamin D, a little fresh air, a little break away from the computer screen. In this house. Go outside. Even when I worked in the office, I found time to go outside to get some sun and sit outside. Sit by the lake. I do miss the lake. But sit by the lake, right? Sit by some water. You can do it too. You don't have to do like this whole entire week. Now, I do a whole week. I go dark. That's a different conversation. Here's your last idea to make it work. Pay attention to when your energy dips and flows. This is looking at your natural rhythm. Resting during low energy windows is more efficient than pausing through. Or I should say pushing through, pardon me. Track your energy for a few days. Use low energy times for rest, reflection, or light task, and high energy times for deep work. We have these fancy tools that can give you your energy score. And if you're not resting, it's going to tell you, like mine. I was doing some serious work. I was doing like 10,000, 12,000, 15,000 step days because, competition. And it kept saying, you need to rest. You cannot push your body like this day after day. And so I knew, I was like, it's going to tell me to sit down. And it says, you need to sit down today. So I did not move that day. But I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. What can I tell you? The body keeps score. It's going to take, it takes, whatever you're doing, it takes a toll. And you will pay the price at some point. The question is, how much do you want to pay? If you are preventive in nature, you're going to pay less. Taking those 5, 10, 15 minutes is not going to hurt you. Taking a week off is not going to hurt you. Sitting down for 30 minutes is not going to hurt you. When it gets really bad and you're at the hospital and the bills are piling up, okay, medical bills, that is. Yeah, it's just, there's ways to do things. So keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. Now, I want to say this because we do have some upcoming events. Upcoming. All right, here we go. We've got our work and chill. So every Thursday, now it says 1 to 4. We were hanging out till 7 o'clock yesterday. 7 o'clock yesterday. We get together and vibe out and work on creative projects. So you can always roll through. It's the Each One Teach One, the Go Brunch platform, where we do work and chill, work, connect, and thrive. You do not have to do this by yourself. We're some pretty good people. Come through, get inspired, get invigorated, have a great conversation. Come through. That's every Thursday, 1 to 4. We also have coming up a YouTube workshop. We're going to talk about engagement this month. So it's Tuesday, July 29th at 5:45 p.m. That too will be on our Go Brunch platform in our, it's going to be in the Each One Teach One, not to get her done. But it's lights, cameras, and subscribers. We're doing engagement and growing. That is the topic for this month. And if you want to know where all these things are, they're on my Luma calendar. There's a link in the YouTube bio that you can get on the Luma calendar and see all the events that are happening, because there's always something that's happening. Believe it or not, there is always something happening. And I do want to say this too, that with all of this, there is a new thing coming. It's going to come in October. It's called Rooted and Rising. It's a new group coaching experience for creators who want to grow without losing themselves. So when I talk about making some changes, we talk about making changes that align with your true blue values. Real deal. Because the work that this society wants us to work it's not fulfilling in my opinion. And you find yourself running and gunning and never meeting that level of satisfaction or fulfillment that you were put on this earth to experience. So we're doing something new. Rooted and Rising, you can scan the QR code, get on that waiting list, and if I may, because I felt the need to do something different, we have a name for the email list. It is called Mature and Marvelous. This is our email list. It is for women who are doing all the things. So beyond a little inspiration and some discussion, there are ideas and topics about us as well. We are living the life right about now. We are living it. This is it. Now, the good Lord allows me, I'll be seeing 50 in 60 something days. Hold on. I'm going to check my calendar. 61 days, people. 61 days. I haven't planned anything. That's a lie. I do have a plan. We have a virtual party planned on the actual Wednesday of September 17th. There's a virtual party. So yes, we have a Wednesday show because it's the birthday, right? So you want to be here for that. And again, check all the things that are coming up. Let me say this as I get back to re-recording all the things that I thought I recorded and it had no sound. Enjoy your weekend, right? You're here today for a reason. The good Lord put you here for somebody. You don't know who, but you're here. So enjoy it. Don't sleep on that. And with that, I'm going to see you all next week. Hey, it's G. Thank you for watching this episode of Girl Listen. Be sure to catch me every Friday at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. And while you're here, I cordially invite you to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you all next week.